But I can serve God and let God, the Spirit of God, lead me to the Word and get more abundantly. Still there? Because I can get paid and the devil can flip my business to make me look no good. Because I don't have the Lord fight for me, because I didn't stand up for the law. Because when the test came, I turned to the money and not God. So in other words, this is about entering into rest. And when you're doing your own work, you're not resting in God now. You're not resting in God. When God's word does not supersede everything else you think, you're not in God's rest. God was in such a place, he said, let there be. And there was. He was operating by faith. He spoke things that are not as though they were. When the devil told him this was going to be messed up, he said everything's going to be all right. Come on, somebody. Oh, I'm teaching better, y'all shouting. Come on, somebody. I might be in here by myself. There may be a bunch of carnal mindsets in here trying to rise up against the spiritual. See, because this is prosperity. This is getting on my feet. This is getting where I'm supposed to be at. See, the carnal mind ain't going to receive it like that. The carnal mind is going to be offended in it. But the seed itself is going to fall by the wayside. It's not going to hurt the seed. Somebody's going to get the seed and you let the thief get it. The devil got to eat too. Yeah. A wise servant will be have part of the inheritance of a foolish child. A foolish son. The devil got to eat too. It said the servant of the Lord must not strive. The rightful man worketh not the righteous God. But be gentle, hospitable, loving, kind, knowing that God already got it right. Come on, somebody. See, that's how people blood pressure and all kind of stuff. Because they consistently on high level. But be gentle unto all men. 8 to what? Am I about myself? 8 to what? Or do y'all don't want to teach nobody? 8 to what? Do I need to be the one saying 8 to what? Teach. Oh, praise the Lord. They ain't that dead long. You got to watch it because your spirit man will be dead to the word of God. Now if I said the bus, they told us that God been bless you with $1 million. God been bless you with the Holy Spirit. Okay, thank you. Pastor, why we looking so bad? Why we get shot down the street? Why our children get knocked around? Why they get told as your spiritually dead? You gotta be alive. You gotta be a child of God. God put his angels around his children. The bread is for his children. The redeemer of the Lord has to say so. Come on, somebody. The devil doesn't stop you from praising God. They got you with your mouth held for the word of God. It's the word of God to raise you from the dead. Come on, somebody. See, the word of God don't excite you. It's the word of God. It's not your primary mover. If you move by feelings or emotions, come on, somebody. Now we get you fired. You see the Lord, and he gonna bring it out for you. Yes, he is. I'm gonna play on them emotions. Jesus, he got it for you, sister. Brother, everything gonna be all right. But we got a little sound out of y'all. Bible says Israel was a long time without a teaching priest. They said, Jesus, we know that thou art a teacher sent from God. My people are destroyed because of lack of knowledge. So God is looking for teachers. See, I don't have any other anointing to give you. If it offends you to teach people, then you might be under the wrong anointing. I'm an apostle. It's a fivefold ministry. If you can't do it all, and if you ain't gonna be there because you can't do it all, if you can't be in the room to help move the process or make sure this young man know what he's supposed to do, and encourage this young man, then you're in the wrong place. You're in the wrong place. All you can ever do get here is get beat by God. You're in the wrong place. This is God's work, to believe in him who God. Come on, somebody. See, when you got the zeal to be a teacher, and I ain't talking about the zeal to be a preacher. I'm talking about the zeal to be a teacher. The fivefold ministry goes apostle, prophet, evangelist, pastor, teacher. You understand what I'm saying? When you too selfish or too dogmatic or too lifted up in pride to share or to teach other folks, God can't use you. It's the root. Come on, somebody. Your tree has no seed, no root. If they would have continued with us, they would have been of us. But they're more or less watching the pulpit. They want to be the preacher. They want to pass the teacher. And the only way to teach is to be taught. So in order to be taught, you have to have an ear. What the? Come on, somebody. Has to say. Come on, somebody. Amen. But we're more carnal minded, and we curse that. See, can I just talk to you about entering into God's rest? Wait a minute. Don't let them like that. Don't let them go like that. I commend y'all because y'all are carrying the load. I want to go to Titus chapter 2. Titus chapter 2. Amen. Titus chapter 2. Come on, somebody. And I'm going to read to you verses 3 and 4. Aged women. Oh, praise God. They go to women. He created them to his image. He gave them dominion. See, one thing about God, in a time that we living in, the young men are pretty much fading away. And they're too feminine. And the reason they're feminine is the reason many in the ministry, especially the lower echelon, is getting beat up by the churches falling like it is. Because everybody wants the glory of God. And when they want the glory of God, if they can't be the one to do it, they don't want to do it. So the young men are not being taught. The teaching spirit is not there. It's a demon in the midst. We wrestle not against flesh and blood. So the demon is there. And when you tell them to teach young men, they're offended. The demon itself is offended, and that spirit is strengthened. So you find more young men nowadays walking around with their head down, are easily offended because there's no alpha teachers. And the alpha teacher, and the reason there's no alpha teacher is because those that should have been under the anointed, being alpha by the word of God, by the Spirit of God, having faith in God, are more cardinal and feminine. See, the cardinal to the Spirit is feminine. It's the Spirit that's the solid rock. It's the Spirit. It's Jesus loved the church. Men, love your wife as Jesus loved the church. As the Spirit loved the body. Come on, somebody. Huh? See, my body is the temple, huh? As Jesus loved the church. So it says, the aged women likewise, that they be in behavior as becometh holiness, and false and not false accusers, who not given too much wine, teachers of good things. Look at what it says. That they may teach young women to be sober. That's teaching them cardinally how to walk, not drunk with the wine. Don't let the word of God be twisted up by the devil to make them drunk with the wine. Even if the males get drunk, don't let the women get drunk. Because see, we don't want to teach other men. And when the load get too heavy, or when they get too, then I got a problem. And you naked in front of your enemies. And you make God people naked in front of their enemies. And because I assume the responsibility of, yes, I want this office, now the hand of God is all over me. Now God is whipping me as long as I can take it and some. Because I have refused to hear the man of God or anything the Spirit has to say. Now I take a negative anything the Spirit has to say. Because I've got so strong in carnality that sexuality is taken over. My life is a sign of carnality. That's why you got so many Brazilian booty shot places, because they spread it in the cardinal instead of teaching the young men. So because you women have dominion as well, God's word is leading the ram in the bush. He said that they may teach young women to be sober, to love their husbands, to love their children. Huh? Verses 12 said, teaching us that denying ungodliness and worldly lust, we should live soberly, righteous, godly in this present world. That goes for a shout. The angels shouting if you don't never open your mouth. God is praising if you don't ever open your mouth. I know I'm teaching right. When you look around and see a bunch of dead men because they the lack of knowledge and the rejection of the word of God, because those that were responsible to teach them have been selfish and held everything to themselves and wanted to do everything themselves and refused to put forth their hand to this good work. Listening to carnality people. God don't accept excuses. God is looking for results. Come on, somebody. That's why in the program last night, the mama said, it's so good to see so many men in here. And I was blessed to be there because there was a bunch of holy men there that wasn't acting up in church, that wasn't walking around with the head dropped down, They wasn't like they was going through the weight of the world on their shoulder. They was in the presence of the Lord, rejoicing because I've got to let my light shine in season and out of season. I got to be going through pure hell, and my light got to be brighter than it was when I wasn't. Come on, somebody. Huh? He said, well, the man of God, they don't go through nothing. Yeah. They just not a reflection. Look here. The devil has not implored me to lift him up. I'm going through it. Y'all pray for me. But I look like looking up the devil. I come to praise God. I come to praise God. I just served with a deacon out there in the jail. That body was in bad shape. But when he walked in for the Lord and started talking, he straightened his whole body straightened up. Because he knew he was committed. He knew that he could not go up there and serve God with a spot or a rank. He could not serve God. Come on, somebody. Come on, somebody. He had to be pure. He had to be pure to serve God. His heart had to be pure. When his mind got pure, when his heart got pure, his body was purified. His body was purified. And when his body got purified, he was able to walk upright, talk upright, live upright, shout upright, preach upright, teach upright. Because he was serving the living God. And the word of God was lifting him up. Well, I thank God. I thank God. See, I know I'm teaching right. So you got to teach. They're not going to learn anything if you don't teach them. They're not going to do anything or know how to do anything if you don't teach them. If you're too proud or too arrogant to teach somebody something, if I don't be the one, then I don't want nothing to do with it. For real. You for real. You asking God to kid you. You would bring God to that kind of old shame. You would bring a damnable thing like that. In the ministry, in the first of the fivefold ministry of teaching, what Bible are we reading? Huh? Do anybody know the fivefold? Apostle, prophet, evangelist, pastor, teacher. Don't with the devil. Come on, let's go. Huh? Teacher. Is anybody here with me? Yeah. Can y'all say the word? Teacher. I bind up that evil, wicked, satanic demon and fight against it, get them scared and give them release the spirit of power in them. What? Teacher. It might be that you might not want to say it. See, because this is a press thing. You got to press it. What you said? We don't wrestle your flesh and blood. So that spirit will lock your mouth. That spirit will pump you out now. That spirit will cause you to come at that time. It's like when a word is released to bless you, and that spirit says, you better not pick it up. You better not say it. Now, it might not be standing in front of you like that. Jesus. Say it again. Jesus. Say it again. Jesus. Get you to get to the house. Huh? You might as well get me come and say, Teacher! Pray for me that I speak boldly as I ought to. Come on, as the Bible says, as I what? Ought to. So in other words, in any other way, it's not how you ought to speak. Huh? If you're going to pray to me that I speak boldly as I what?
Ought to.
Then evidently I
ought to.
Evidently I
ought to.
Evidently I
ought to speak boldly.
I need to put some water on you. Evidently I ought as I. Oh, okay. Some of y'all ain't saying no, I ain't worried about that. Cut that thing back over. Cut it back over. As I ought to. Amen. She goes, you might not believe it. But when your sons and your daughters, and when you walk around and you worry about what's happening to your people, and what's happening to your generation, and what's happening to your children, how you end up in America with rebellion against God, with turning your back on the word of God, how the children of Israel got cast up out of Egypt, out of Israel, was because they would not obey God. They would not humble themselves before God. And see, if you won't humble yourself before God, you will. If you won't humble yourself before God, you will.
Suffer.
You will.
Suffer.
Huh?
Suffer.
And somebody said, Toby.
Suffer.
Because you're going to humble one way or another. You're going to beat it out you, shoot it out you, take your children from you, destroy you. You're going to either humble before God and let the Spirit of God make you alive and lift you up and make a man out of you, a decent woman out of you, or you're going to be a servant and a slave to whoever and everybody around you. God gave you dominion, and if you refuse it, the devil will take it from you. He gave you a voice to cry, and if you don't use it, and if you don't use it, you'll what?
Lose it.
Come on, somebody. If men sit up in church won't open their mouth, women what?
Will.
Come on, wait a minute, say that again.
Will.
Will what?
Will.
If men don't want their dominion, the women will what? If men want what? Open their mouth, women will what? Pass these out after service. Just as men. Might be a time of month. Come on now, I'm just saying. Praise God, if you can't open your mouth for God, somebody done took your manhood from you. If the devil done took your manhood, you ought to see how some of y'all sit up in church with your head all dropped out. Your spiritual manhood has been robbed and took of you. I mean, in some of the most hell-racist places that exist, in some of the most hell-racist times, and with my manhood belonged to me. God gave it to me, my freedom, everything else you could take. My manhood belonged to me. And that's the making of a man. Huh? Come on, somebody. Amen. So in order to enter into God's rest, according to Hebrews chapter 4, I'm just saying, now, it ain't got to be, according to Hebrews chapter 4, it says, let us therefore fear, lest a promise being left of us to enter into his rest. Any of you should seek to come short of it. That's a promise of entering into rest. Godliness. See, God, in other words, what I'm trying to tell you is God has placed before you, young men, God has placed before you life and death, a blessing or a curse. He said, I'm telling you to choose life. I'm giving you the answer to the question. He said, there are two avenues. He said, I done entered into my rest. I'm out of it. It's up to you. He said, you choose today who you going to serve. He said, you can either choose life or you can choose death. You can either walk down the blessed highway or you can walk down the cursed highway. You can either choose to be led of the Spirit or be led on the cardinal mind. carnal mind. You can either one that you choose. He said, but I have entered into my rest. I'm at peace with it. I'm comfortable with it. I've done a good job. I put everything before you to be a man, to be a young lady. I put everything before you. I put the me. I gave you access to receive my spirit.
Amen.
He said, you lost it. I came myself. I looked amongst you and couldn't find no man.
Amen.
See, a lot of people preaching to you, teaching you don't know the Bible.
Yes.
Anytime somebody tell you Abraham was a liar, they don't know the Bible. Nor do they understand the Bible.
Hey.
They don't know it, they don't understand it.
Amen.
And I can prove it with that word right there. The Bible said that Abraham, in the lesson you said that God is confirming Abraham's life. Because God told Pharaoh that he was a prophet. He was my servant. Because Abraham, because the reason that Abraham told the Pharaoh and the Egyptians that Sarah was his sister was the fact that he feared that they were ungodly men. And that they would kill him because his wife was beautiful. When God talked to Pharaoh, you could get the whole message from God's own mouth. Because God told Pharaoh that he was a prophet. And when he asked him, he said, I feared, I was afraid because I thought the fear of God, the beginning of wisdom was not in Egypt. He said, when you start telling people, when people don't have fear of God, they'll do anything, they'll say anything. When you tell people that God will not do a thing but let them alone, when my mother told me when I was a child, she said, I brought you in this world and I will take you. I believe her, I fear her, I still respect her, even though she's gone to be home with the Lord.
Amen.
And I was scared of my mama. I love my mother. She was my mother, but I wasn't fit to play with her.
Amen. Come on now.
I wasn't fit to stand up and do a bunch of cussing in front of her. I wasn't fit to raise no sand. And when she went to putting her foot down, it was a lockdown, done deal. Now that we've convinced people that God won't do anything but love you. When God told Pharaoh, said, I'll kill all y'all about this one. Who said they killed them all? God said. So how did that scripture get up out the Bible? How did Abraham become alive when the whole thing was to prove to you and I that the fear of God brings about a change in an individual's life? That if you want to ask God for wisdom, you asking God to be able to fear God and know that he ain't nothing to play with. They joined the church when two of them fell dead. And know that God wasn't nothing to play with. They didn't get scared till it started raining. All the preaching in town wasn't doing no good. All the teaching in town wasn't doing no good. God gonna do this, wasn't doing no good. It wasn't no fear till the belt came out. When that belt and that sword come out, and the joker found out he was going to lose his life, he about to tear that door down. I know God told that boy to build that door strong and to get on up in that water, because that was some beating on that door. That ship had to be built with no way they could walk around outside, because anybody that could have got on that joker wasn't going to get off of it. Come on, somebody. So I thank the Lord. I give God praise, glory. God is good. He's good all the time. God has saved my soul. God won't do it. See, God wants to make you whole. God wants to make you whole. But making you whole without going through the process, you won't be whole. If God leave a void in there, if there's something you don't know once you get to the top, you can be deceived once you get to the top because there's something you don't know. You know when a scammer call me on the phone and tell me what they telling people they're scamming others? Oh, they got a few warrants out for you. If you don't call us right away, we go. Man, y'all don't stop calling me with this foolishness. Guy called me and told me, said, if you got to run a Microsoft, Microsoft is on your computer, then it's been hacked, and you need to call us and let us get into your computer. I said, who you think you talking to? How I know you ain't the hacker? Oh, that man cussed me. That man cussed me some of the worst cussing I ain't never heard in my life. I thought I was the devil out there. That boy put some cursing on me. And I said, boy, I got the devil hot, eh? Huh? When you don't be a fool for the devil, you wonder why the devil mad with you? When you don't be a fool for the devil, huh? And look at you, ain't scared of nobody when you know the Lord. When you know his name is Jesus. When you know his name is Jesus, you don't have to be afraid of him. Huh? When you just tell them his name is Jesus, you don't have to be afraid of him. Huh? They can poke their mouth out, they can dislike you, they can hate on you, they can go behind your back and talk about you. But when you tell one his name is Jesus, you just said a mouthful now. You just said a mouthful, and the devil might not know it. But you just said a mouthful. Huh? You just said, huh? I say, you just said a mouthful. Amen. I thank the Lord. Somebody go and give God some praise. Somebody go and say, Lord, I thank you. Somebody say, Lord, I thank you. Somebody say, Lord, I thank you. Ooh, look at that. Somebody say, Lord, I thank you. Somebody say, Lord, I thank you. Somebody go and say, Lord, I thank you. I thank God. Y'all talking good. Now y'all talking good. Let us stand first. Let us stand. Praise be to God. Man.